So it's been a while since we've done this together, and in that while, a lot of changes have taken place around this situation. Um, None of them good, maybe none of them bad, but they're a pain in the fucking ass. Um, we just got back from about 8 days in Mexico. We were gifted a trip by a dear, dear, wonderful friend, and it was an incredibly relaxing. I mean, I slept sometimes 12 hours a day there, and then slept more in the afternoon. So that was real cool. And now that I'm home, I've gotten myself into a depression. Call it what it is. And you know what I'm looking at is Elizabeth Kubler-Ross has this thing around grief. You know, the 5 stages of grief. First stage is denial, then anger. Help me out here, somebody.
There's a negotiation.
Negotiation, and there's one more before acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what that is. So, being a 3 in the Enneagram, when we started doing this, the 3 has to look good. I got it together. I've been through all of the stages. It took me about a minute and a half. No problem. Done. Well, I guess I bullshitted myself. So I think I'm starting over. Having symptoms that I didn't have before. Hard time breathing, hard time walking, yada, 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 all that stuff. And I'm really trying to look at, quite unsuccessfully, what this is all about. And maybe it's not about anything that's going to come up. But if there is something that could come up from all of this, it would be cool to know. We went to Unity on Sunday, and I've spoken about Norma a lot before, and she's extraordinary. And she was talking about allies. And I realized that my lifelong ally is my grandmother. She's got a portrait right up on her. But I've never talked to her. Never experienced her, other than always knew she was an ally. So, trying to contact that aspect. Am I successful? No. Not yet. Now, I don't know if this happened in the dream time, if it happened last night, if it happened this morning. I really don't know. But one of the closest people in my life, there's a man who was actually my boss. I worked for him in New York. His name is Jerry Bender. He died many years ago. He died before I met Anya, I think. He's gone 45 years. An amazing, loving, wonderful, we just totally loved each other. So this morning, not knowing whether I dreamed about it or maybe it doesn't matter, he came up really strong. And over the years, I've had many dreams about him. Many. And most of the dreams I've had around Jerry had to do with he's not really dead. Basically, he didn't want to see me anymore. He didn't want to see anybody anymore. He wanted a new life, and it was very painful for me. So, between my grandmother and Jerry, I'm looking for some help here. And I don't know what help looks like. I'm not used to being depressed. That's not my thing. So, starting tomorrow, I'm going to take an antidepressant, which I didn't think I would do. But I was convinced very quickly that that's going to make a big difference. And I'm willing to make a big difference because I basically feel like shit. It's one of the things that's keeping me going. When we came back from Mexico, I hadn't been up to my guys in Medford that I've been working with for probably a year. And I didn't know if I could tune in again because I'm exhausted most of the time. And I was really concerned about not being able to feel that I had any value. So I went up yesterday, and fortunately, this didn't exist for an hour and a half, none of it. I didn't cough. I was just... So that felt real good. Obviously, I still have some value around here. Since I'm back, I went to see my pulmonologist. And we had a chest x-ray to see what the status of all of this is. And as it turns out, there's been virtually no growth of the cancer, which I thought was a great thing. Turns out it doesn't mean anything. Because I don't have lung cancer. I have cancer in the lung, but I don't have lung cancer. I have colon cancer. And colon cancer grows in a very different way. It grows very slowly. So I said to my guy, what is the end going to look like? Am I going to be choking to death? It's going to be a horrible death. I hear some people with lung cancer, it's a horrible goddamn thing. He said, no. Since you have colon cancer, what'll happen is you'll begin to lose your appetite. And energetically, you'll start to really get tired. And I'm already there. I'm sleeping half of my life now asleep. I have very little energy. You know, I walk in the morning with Anya and Soph, and I have very little energy. So, I don't know. See, what am I angry at? I don't even know what I'm angry at. You mean, I don't wake up in the morning and go, God damn it, I have cancer, I'm going to die. I don't do that. And I don't even wake up angry. I wake up so comfortable in the morning, I don't want to get out of bed. It's the most comfortable I'm going to be all day. So, I'm really pissed off at everything, and I don't know what I'm angry at. Am I angry that I'm going to die quicker than I thought I would die? I don't know. I just really don't know. But I'm pissed. I'm definitely pissed. So it'll be interesting to see what this, what's it called? This drug. No, not the name of it. Antidepressant. Mm-hmm. My doc says it's going to make a huge difference. So I take that as a truth, and I'm open for the difference. Because I really would like to get back to more life than just sitting in the chair. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's real cool sitting in the chair, real comfortable, but I think there's more out there.
You have any interest in people coming to you? Is there any desire on your part to see people, or not necessarily?
At the moment, no. I sent an email out to my group today. And said I'm just not into visiting right now, but hopefully that'll change. And people just drop in anyway. You know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and that's perfect. And I'm really liking that. I mean, nobody drops in that I don't want to be here. And if they do after 15 minutes, I say, hey, hit the road, Jack. And it works just fine. I mean, no one gets offended. I don't feel guilty. And I get what I want. So at the moment, I'm not looking for extra company. We'll see.
When you talk about feeling better about being out in the world and being present out in the world, you know, you get out of bed and you feel like doing something. What is it you feel like doing? What is it you want to be able to do more of?
I want to feel that I have value. And right now, my major value is working with these guys up in Medford. That's where I really believe that I add value to their life and I add value to my life. So it looked like that whole thing shut down, but it didn't. I got a call the other day where we're back in. So I'll be doing that probably starting next week. If I could do 3 part-time days a week, that's plenty. I don't have to do any more than that.
Would you be interested in, if an I group wanted you to come and just say whatever you felt like saying, would that be of interest to you?
Probably. If it doesn't turn me on big time. You know, I have this thing now. I've spent all of these years working with 42-year-old white affluent guys. And their trials and tribulations really don't interest me anymore. Just don't. So working with these guys that have really got some shit to deal with is really exciting. Now, should I tell the story?